Beautiful.
Mother. I have a connection to the mother of some sort.
Mother Gaia?
It's another energy. Possibly, I think it's Mother Source, Sophia. So much love. And so bright.
Beautiful.
I feel like I'm making a choice. To become more. Am I? Am I fractalizing? Am I? Am I becoming too destiny? Am I becoming too? I feel a little anxious.
Do you feel like you're becoming two?
I feel like I'm becoming too. My creation process. I'm so excited, and I don't fully know what this means yet. I'm separating. I feel a wound. Like I feel like separation anxiety. From myself. Or maybe maybe myself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily know what's happening right now. I only know what it feels like. I believe I'm becoming two souls. One soul. I'm separating from myself. I'm separating from this is my inner union becoming two. I'm becoming two. I just see colors. I don't see I don't see in a physical world. I'm not sure I see anything. It's like I'm feeling I'm feeling overwhelmed. I'm feeling a little lost.
Are you still in the water?
No, I'm not in the water. I don't even know if I'm in the sky. I feel like plasma. I feel like I am formless and I am form.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see if we can keep going unless there's some message here for you. Okay, so now I want you to imagine with your mind's eye a beautiful field of sunflowers. And I want you to imagine these sunflowers swaying with the wind. See yourself swaying with the wind with these sunflowers. Under the bright sun. Tell me, can you see this? Beautiful. Now, I also want you to imagine with your mind's eye the dark night sky and the beautiful stars and the moon, the full moon above, moonlighting everything below and around you. As you walk, you notice there's a path with a glowing light. This light is, as you walk to it, you see it is a campfire. Stare into the flames and connect with the flames, and as the flames move, your body moves with the flames, dances with the flame. Tell me, see this? Beautiful. Are you still getting messages?
No. I'm just being with the fire.
Okay.
No.
What is it that you're saying?
I'm feeling it's not a I am the fire. I'm the fire, I'm the flowers, I'm the moon. I'm a shapeshifter, but I'm everything. I'm anything I choose to be.
Okay. Beautiful. Now let's keep going. I want you to imagine in front of you a golden pyramid. This golden pyramid is going to be your protection vehicle. See yourself walking towards this pyramid and place yourself in the center. This is going to be around you from the beginning to the end. Now, I want you to imagine this pyramid is lifting up off the ground, and as it does, it transforms into a Merkaba. This Merkaba is going to be invisible around you from the beginning to the end of your session. Know it and feel it. With power and strength, repeat after me. I invoke the I am love light in me.
I invoke the I am love light in me.
I invoke the I am love light in me.
I invoke the I am love light in me. I invoke the I am love light in me.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Now remember that all is possible. So now, Amber, I want you to imagine with your mind's eye, your beautiful, safe, resting, healing place. I want you to imagine this place is your place only. See it now in your mind's eye. Tell me, what does your healing place look like?
There's lots of water and green. There's lots of green. Tropical.
Beautiful. Where is this place? Do
White
you know?
sands. I do not. I don't know if I'm on a volcano or if I'm near a volcano, but yeah, it's a volcano. But there's lots of green, like I don't necessarily know if it's a jungle. I can hear the water. I can hear the waves. And the water's
Beautiful.
very clear. The water's really clear, like the sands are white. This shit in
Beautiful. Now, I want you to see this Merkaba lifting up, and it's going to take you to a time and place where you can receive healing for your highest good and get the questions that you have answered. This pyramid is magical, and it will take you wherever it is that your heart desires and where you want to be. So we're going to see this pyramid, this Merkaba, lift up, 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 and it's going to go through time and space, time and space, time and space, to a place where you can get healing for your highest good. Be there now. Tell me, what do you see all around you?
No, you see, it's just in a sky, not sky, all around me, all around me. It's not dark, but it's not light. It's sky.
Okay. And you feel like you're in the air or you're on the ground?
I just am.
All right. Look around you. Do you know where you are?
Oh, I'm still like, I'm moving through what I would think is space. I think, I think I'm on a planet. I'm somewhere. It looks like Earth, but like the sky is not. The sky is not our sky. The sky is very colorful. Like it's very different in areas. It's green and blue and purple, pink, purple, blue. I don't know. It's different. It's odd, but lots of there's lots of there's lots of shit. There's lots of plant life. And then that I can't get close enough to see if yeah, there's trees and there's plants, but it's a little unfamiliar to me. It's not like walking, it's not like walking out into the woods here. It's so colorful, colors that I'm not familiar with, maybe colors either I'm not familiar with them or it's not any that I'm familiar with in nature. Am I serious?
Okay.
Oh,
Beautiful. Okay, so I want you to do me a favor and look down, and if you can see your feet, tell me if you can see your feet.
it looks like I have feet. It looks like I can't tell. Are they fucking blue? Excuse me. I'm sorry to talk like that. Are they blue? Are they blue? Dude, I think I got two toes.
Take a good look at your feet. You can see the color very clearly.
I got blue feet like this, like this, like two, like a bito.
You got two toes.
Yeah, it's like yeah, and they appear to be kind of flat. I don't know how else to explain it except for maybe cartoonish. They're
Okay.
blue.
What
Yeah,
about
they're blue.
hands?
Oh, hold on. I'm trying to see them clearly. Do I have 2 or 3? Do I have 3? It seems like I have like this on one hand and I can't see the other very clearly. But they're like my feet. They're longer than I'm bigger. I'm taller than what I am now. In this lifetime,
How
I'm
tall
so
do you
not human. Like I would imagine 7 to 9 feet.
do you feel male or female?
I feel female. Do I feel female? Onion.
Female?
I feel female, and I feel something happening in my womb space. I'm pregnant. I can see my belly. It's blue.
Mm-hmm.
My skin is slick. Like I'm narrow. I'm narrow and very, very tall. I'm pregnant.
Imagine a spiritual mirror in front of you. Step in front of this mirror and look at your face and your features. It will all be very clear to you. Describe what you see.
My face doesn't look this sounds so fucking crazy. I kind of look like the avatars on the movie. My legs, my limbs are long and very thin. Even my waist is really long, like my torso is very long, my neck is long. I don't know if I have hair necessarily, or if I have protrusions of some sort. I don't think it's a hat or cap or headdress of any kind.
But you have something on your head?
I don't know, or if I just want something to be on my head.
Look at the mirror. Take a good
No,
look
I
in the
don't.
mirror. Take a good look at your bald headed? Or what?
No, I feel like I have hair.
Do you have hair?
I see that I'm kind of bald headed, but I just don't believe that's correct. I don't
Do you
believe
have
that's correct.
partial hair? Maybe like a ponytail, but shaved on the other sides of it?
No, I have a wild, I want to call it a mane for lack of a better term, but I don't know if it's hair or if I'm wearing something on my head.
Feel it with your
Oh,
hands. Check your
I don't know. When I touch it, I think of seahorses. I don't know. That's the first thing I thought of, like when I touched my hair or whatever's on my head.
Okay. Do
Hostage.
you
I
have
don't
any jewelry on your
know.
hands or your head or anywhere?
No, it seems
What
like
about
where
clothes?
no, no, no. Let's say stitched in that. I got something.
Are you androgynous?
I look androgynous. I don't have breasts, but I feel feminine. I'm pregnant. I don't know how. I don't know. I don't have a mate, I don't believe.
All right, let's do something. Let's take a moment. Let's stop right here and take a moment. We're going to go back just a little bit, back in time, right before you got pregnant. We're going to find out how this happened. Go back into before you got pregnant, and we're going to see how this happened. Be
Somebody
there now.
tricked me. Somebody tricked me. Somebody tricked me.
What do you mean?
Slaves. It wasn't just me. A lot of us tricked into having babies. But I don't know.
Go back a little bit further. Go back, go back, so we can get some answers. Go back a little bit before you were true. Who was with you? Be there now. What do you see?
All kinds of us, and they're trying to bargain with us. What are they bargaining with us? We are doing a good thing. We are doing a good thing. What are we doing? Are we repopulating? Are we? We're doing something to save our race. I keep hearing Holocaust. It ends up being a Holocaust. We're repopulating. We're repopulating to go somewhere else. We give them. There is an agenda here, and we're not understanding it. We're not seeing it for what it is. I don't feel right about it, but I'm excited. Am I doing it because other people are doing it? I thought that it was going to be better for me. Do I have a family? I don't know if I necessarily have a family or community, but I feel like this is what we are doing to be better for ourselves, to do better for ourselves. But it seems like we are populating something. I don't know how I got pregnant. It is not organic. It is not fucking organic. I can feel it. Amber can feel it right now in her womb. Something is impregnating us. A slave race. A slave race. For somewhere else. Lemuria? What does Lemuria have to do with this? They're creating a slave race. They are using us to create a slave race. Who is it? Dude, dinosaurs? The fuck? Dinosaurs? lizards, not like us. There's dark beings. There's I think I'm I think I think I think that I had some type of intuition or some kind of a sense that I didn't listen to that could prevent what's to come. I see like dungeons, like somewhere rocky and damp and dark, and I can smell I can smell sulfur that is an earthy sulfur, like from it reminds me of a coal mines, the sulfur smell in the coal mines that would get into the water and make the water orange. That's what it smells like, but it's earthy and it's damp and it's dark and it's rocky, and I feel like I'm inside I don't know, I don't think it's earth, but I'm inside of ground, inside of foundation, inside of planet, maybe. And then there's something like a exhaust somewhere. There's air being moved now. It's a whole worker colony taking care of all of us that are pregnant.
A what?
It's like there's a whole colony of these. I don't know if they're lizards or they're dinosaurs. I don't know, but they're not like me.
What do they look like? Do they look like a lizard with a dinosaur face?
Oh, kinda.
Can you describe what they?
Kinda like Godzilla in the movies. I don't even know if I've even ever watched that movie, but standing up on 2 feet, but it's got a long tail. And the eyes, in the dark, I can see red in the eyes, like a little bit of a red reflection. But I don't believe that everybody else sees them like I see them. No, if there's anybody else that sees them for what they are, I don't know about it.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Do they see him differently?
Yes, they don't see them for what they naturally are. I don't know if by saying that, I mean they don't see them as lizards or whatever, or if they don't, or I don't know if I'm talking about that, or if they don't see their agenda. I know something's wrong.
Okay, so let me
I was
ask you.
afraid. I was afraid to speak up.
Let me ask you this. Where you are on this planet, are there many different races of beings?
Yes,
How many, is there a lot, or can you count? Like, can you
I
say how?
can't count. There's several of us, maybe about, not, some people have, they're not even people, different forms. I can't see them clearly, but it seems like,
Humanoid?
huh?
Are they humanoid?
No, hold on. maybe some are, because I'm seeing some garments that look something like a hospital gown that a lot of things are wearing. I don't know if they're necessarily humanoid. There are others like me. And there's several different, like, did they bring us from different places? Did they bring us from different places? It seems like they brought us from different places to this place.
Okay, you still can't tell.
Lemurian, is there a Lemurian Holocaust?
I don't know.
I feel like we're supposed to give birth somewhere else. Okay. The dungeon looking thing in the earth or whatever I'm at now is not the place where I was standing looking at my belly.
Two different places.
Yeah, so in different places. I was out in like nature when I was in the beginning. I was out in nature, which was an odd kind of nature, very different from Earth here. I'm feeling it move all in my belly. I gotta give birth to this thing. I gotta give birth to this thing, and this thing is a destroyer. This thing is oh, I don't want to use the word evil, but I don't know any other word to use. I know what this is. Other people or other things that are pregnant. Not everybody, nobody knows this is what it is. They think we are just reproducing our species, our own species. No, they are
Is
creating a slave race.
the DNA, has it been mixed?
Yes, absolutely. It is not organic.
How old do you feel here pregnant?
Oh, I don't know years.
How
There's
many
not years.
do you guys count by like sun cycles or something? Is there some type of like count you use?
There's something like seasons, but not so much nature seasons as seasons in which we evolve. Not so much nature evolves, but we evolve. There's some kind of a way we keep tally. I can't tell if I'm young or middle aged. I don't age in appearance.
All right, let's see if we can see that now. How old you are with the tally. Let's see if you can see that in your mind's eye, where you have been keeping track of your count, however it is that they decipher that. Let's see if you can see that now and see if you can find out exactly how old you could possibly be. If you're, you know, an adult, teenager, child. I'm assuming adult.
4, but
4.
it doesn't. I'm not a child. I'm not a toddler like 4. I am in my 4th progression. I'm in my 4th phase, my 4th level. I don't know what to,
Work.
I don't know what to call this. Oh,
How does
sorry.
it work? Do you know?
Um, wisdom, wisdom and gifts and purposes and missions are bestowed in various cycles of our lives in a ritualistic way. However, my four for my purpose is not like this one's number four for their purpose. I'm sorry, I'm transmuting a lot from my right here in my
Okay.
my real body right here, right now.
Okay.
Amber's transmuting a lot of
Beautiful. Sending love to her body. I want to know if we can go back to when you were a child and to see if you had parents and where it is that you were. Let's see if we can go back in time to when you were a child, so we can see where you were and how is it that you led down this path. Be there now. Tell me what you see. Do you have parents?
I have parents, but I have many parents. We are community. We are, I don't know how I come to be, but I have many parents and many siblings, and we are just one big whole family. Like our whole village is like, there's no, it's like there's not labels. We just are. We love. I am her and she is me kind of type stuff. Like we understand that we are all reflections of one another.
Mm-hmm.
And there is nothing that stands out. There is nothing that makes us, we don't see differences. We are very different. As far as skills and purposes and gift sets and things like that, but we don't see, all we see is oneness. We don't see separation from each other or anything.
Okay. And now I want you to tap in and find out where it is that you are. What's this place? What planet are you on? What time is it? Are you in Lumeria? Are you on another planet? Where exactly are you? The answers will come to you.
When you brought me back, before I ended up in the pregnancy fiasco stuff, Sirius, Sirius,
Beautiful. Okay, you feel like you're at Sirius?
I
Like
do.
your home planet?
Yeah, yeah, like this is my home. This is where I'm from. Something about dolphins.
All right. I want you to be there, home in Sirius, be there as a child. And I want you to like as if you had your finger on the fast forward button. I want you to have your life play out in front of you. I want you to see yourself there in Sirius, so that way you can get a good, quick glimpse of everything. I know time and space doesn't really matter, and you can show Amber so much more in a blink of an
I
eye.
have,
So take her.
there's one in my group, my there's another kind of like me. There's one that I'm really connected to. I can't call a person. There's another me. We're kind of like paired up, kind of.
The-
I can't call either one of us male or female, but we're opposite, but we're the same.
Are we
Kind
speaking
of
twins here?
something like that, something like a buddy system. Our missions and our purposes and all that stuff align. Like partners, like support, reinforcements. We are love. Not a
I
love like we know here.
I want you to look into this person's eyes and tell me if you recognize this soul in Amber's life. Who is this person?
It's funny. It's funny because I see somebody that is not in this lifetime. However, when I see somebody in this lifetime, I see who I see. Am I making any sense? And then it when I look at Fred in this lifetime, I see a Viking. When I look at my other soul, I see like a human Viking. I don't see the connection in any other way. Does that make sense?
So are you saying that this person feels like Fred?
Yes.
Okay.
When I look at Fred, when I first started talking to Fred, I seen him as a Viking.
Yeah.
But when I look at the other me, I see the Viking. I just seen all kinds of stuff from a Viking, from his perspective, from his eyes.
And he's blue as well?
Right now, yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he's like me. We look the same.
All right.
There are differences. I'm not so sure what they are, but I know there's differences, but we are the same.
I want you to take me around to your home where it is that you grow up and play perhaps as a child. Take me around to your neighborhood and your home, your civilization, your planet. What does it look like to you? Describe everything that you can see. Is it underwater? Is there mermaids?
There's a lot of water. I can go underwater. We can go underwater. We don't have to. Do we breathe? Do we breathe? I don't know if I breathe or not, but I don't have a problem being under the water. I don't have a problem being in the sky because I am the sky and I am the water. But everything is natural. There's nothing artificial of any sort. I don't know how else to explain that.
Beautiful. Everything's organic.
Everything's organic, but it's like I don't need a place to sleep because I am the place to sleep. Does that make sense? Like, I don't,
You sleep at all? Do you close your eyes and rest or meditate
I
or how?
rest. Yes, I rest. When I rest, I connect with all that is.
And do you do that laying down, sitting up, or how does that happen?
I just become. I just become.
Okay.
I don't know
Let,
how else to explain it.
let's fast forward it a little bit. What happened to you and your twin there? Did you guys separate at some point?
Yeah, we did. We did because those of us that could, this is so odd because I feel female, but I look the same as, I don't know to call him him. I don't know what to call him, but we're different, but we're alike. Anyhow, we were separated when I made the decision to go on. We made the decision together. Most of my community fell for this. I don't know what else to call it, but a scam. I don't know what our missions were. We were asked to volunteer. We were kind of sold into, somebody had sold us on the idea that we were going to help our race progress, like bigger territory, but it was somewhere else. I do believe it was Lumeria. I do believe. And I do believe that they took dolphins from, are they called dolphins? I don't know what they're called there, but they look like dolphins and whales and shit. And I believe they were going with us to wherever we were going. Were we going to seed? Were we going to seed?
What about mermaids?
Yes, but not, that's kind of basically what the, are they cousins of some sort? Yeah, something about the dolphins. Hold on. It seems to me like I believe that mermaid and mermaids are dolphins evolved or vice versa.
I heard that they were related and they were the family. They were connected to the family. And I
That's,
also heard,
sorry.
no, I was drinking water. I also heard that in Atlantis, there was a group of Greys that were using the reptilian DNA and their DNA to make hybrids so that way they can shapeshift and find a way trying to obtain the soul.
That's
You know
what's
that?
happening to me. That's what's happening to me. I don't know about a gray. I don't know about a gray, but that's what they're doing to whatever I'm carrying in my belly.
So
It's
apparently,
not, huh?
apparently the Greys have the technology to use holograms. So some people can see, maybe when you saw the dinosaur lizard people, other people probably didn't see them for what they are because they have a way of having a hologram over them and making them look one way when they're
Yes,
absolutely another. And
that's
only
what I was
the
trying to
highest
say.
vibration people can see that, correct?
Yes, yes, but I can see that. And I think I might have seen it before. I was just scared to speak on it because I was afraid of being wrong. Yeah, I was afraid of being wrong. I knew something was up. I spoke to the other me. The other me, I think, was kind of thinking positive with this too, and maybe trying to ease my anxiety about this, for lack of a better word. I was so hoping. It sounded like a good idea. I'm still not sure on the details. Ooh, I can feel it moving, like for real. It's not organic. It
All
might
right.
have started. with me,
Yeah.
but no, this has been altered. This is
So let's go back. Let's go back to when you got pregnant. Find out who is it that impregnated you? How was this possible? What did they use? What technique did they use? Like they do the humans here, the UFO ship abductions and stuff like that, or what happened? Let's go
it
back and
seems like there is an implant.
okay. Like they
I
inserted
can't.
something in you?
Yes, I don't know how and I don't know where. I don't believe I was conscious for it. And I'm not so sure that I knew. I think I was confused. I believe that I was supposed to procreate with the other me of somehow. I don't think sexual intercourse was a thing, but it feels like that me and the other me were going to procreate, like that was just where it would lead to in an organic kind of way, however that happened. But it didn't happen like that. We were lied to. We were lied to.
Who were you lied to by?
The reptilian people.
Now, did you
My
see
head, my
reptilians?
I do. I see them. I see them for what they are.
Describe what
I
they look like, their features. Can you?
just darkness, like gold mouths. And their eyes aren't red, but I see them as red because I see them as darkness. I see a tail. And I see like a armor. It looks like an armor over like their bodice. I can't even call it a body. I'm hurting in my head. I don't know why, but I think that's relative to, did they abduct me? Somebody shot something in my head and took me somewhere. And I wake up in the dungeon. Not just me, but a lot of people.
Oh, you were kidnapped?
I was. I very much so was.
But prior to being kidnapped, someone had spoke to you and asked if you would consider this?
Yes. And I wasn't clear. None of us were clear about what anything was going to happen. We weren't ready. I feel like they breadcrumbed us for a minute to learn more about us, to find out how they could take us.
Right. They studied you?
Yeah. Oh, I think I'm gonna vomit. I need water.
Okay. Yes.
When I wake up and I realize what happened, I'm devastated because I knew, but I didn't trust myself. And I feel like it's my fault. I don't know how long. I don't know how long I'm there, or I don't even know how I'm going to get this baby or creature or whatever it is out of me. Like, I don't know how I give birth. Um,
Does
Yeah, they
this
done
cause
something to
same
my head.
anxiety for you?
It's causing Amber's body a lot of stuff. Amber
Okay.
is transmuting, and
All right. Well, let's see if we can hurry up and get through this. Let's see. So she was tricked while she was in Sirius to come to Lumeria.
I'm thinking Lumeria. I don't know. I can see it, but I don't hear the name of it. And lots of water, and crystal houses, like crystal dwellings, maybe.
Okay.
What I would think heaven is like. I don't know how to explain it. Um, Lots of
Okay.
water, nature, sunshine.
And
It's
this
like
is
the
the one
Garden of Eden.
of
Like the Garden of
purple.
Eden is what I would think.
Okay. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. So, all right, let me see. Let me go back to um so let's fast forward just a little bit to the time when you're about to give birth to this baby and tell me what happens. Let's see what happens. Remember, you're just observing. So let's see what happens. Let it play out and tell me everything that happens and what's going through your mind and what do they do to you and this child.
I can't really progress. I can't.
Okay. All right. Well, let's
They're
close.
stealing them from us. They're stealing them from us. And they're
Oh,
going to keep on doing it. They are going to breed us. They are going to breed us. Something about the moon, something about, do they keep people in the moon? I don't know. I had that vision for some reason. But they're enslaving us to create a slave race, but they are going to keep breeding us. I don't know where the other me is. I don't know if I was left. I don't know if I'm still okay. I don't know anything.
okay.
I
How
just
many
know that I
babies
messed up.
did you have?
I don't know.
Did you? Okay. So what about this one that you had? Did you give birth to it?
They took it from me and I never seen it again.
Did they take it from you before you were able to give birth?
It's like kind of like incubators. Like
Did you have a
I don't
C-section?
I don't it seems like a vacuum.
All right. I want
Mm.
to see this happening in your mind. I want you to see the moment where you're actually giving birth to this being, sorry, and tell me if you can see this moment and what is happening. Let's be there
I,
now.
I had the education that no, they do something. They do something. I don't know if it's to put me to sleep. I don't know if it's to knock me out, to knock me offline, to disconnect me. I don't know what they do, but I feel it in my head and my neck, and like I feel it all right here. I feel like I'm hooked to something.
Okay.
Mm. I feel like they track me. They've got a tracking. They have implanted something in me where they can always find me. And it's took to Amber right now. She's been given birth to this in some kind of form many lifetimes. Oh, okay.
Is
Okay.
this your first starseed incarnation?
Yes. This is my first physical inform carnation incarnation. I went from formless to form.
Okay. Is this how they were able to to catch Lilith in her humanoid form and infringe upon her.
Oh, yes. And this is all her babies that she birthed. They said that she ate babies, that she would steal babies and eat babies. She did not. She knew the babies were inorganic. That was her curse. For lack of a better term, I don't think that's the correct word that I should use. It's relative. It's relative.
Uh-huh.
Amber has birthed many, 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 many of these, and hold on, let me try to see this. Okay. Holy crap. Okay. Hold on, let me make sense of this. Amber and Lilith are alike in this sense. They may be one, they are one. They have been birthing whatever these are. It's the same thing that keeps me from myself, from my twin soul, from my inner union. It's the same thing. It's not a twin soul in the, hold on, how am I trying to explain this? Okay, let me get clarity. Okay, it's the same thing.
Excuse me.
Union will never come because of what Lilith and Amber and many, many, many other feminines have been birthing. This is this was kind of a Holocaust, dude. Like she's been giving birth to these inorganic, whether it's inorganic ideas or inorganic forms, i.e. baby, in the dungeon that she had. They can take any form. They can take form of, how am I trying to say this? It's not just a physical baby, as being a species procreates. It goes deeper than that. Feeds off of pleasure and desire. It is the darkness that prohibits. It is separation. It is what keeps her soul in separation with itself, in any form, not just it being a masculine, but it keeps her from being whole in any lifetime. She consented and didn't know it. She consented and didn't know it.
Is she still there having babies?
Even in this lifetime, it's the same thing. This one has been growing among other lifetimes. This one wants to be birthed. If this one is birthed, She'll never get it together. Then and this needs to be neutralized.
Okay.
She
Is
is
it
so close.
possible to and before
I can't hear you, honey. Yes,
her, and can we change that timeline and change it to where she does not accept that? Can we go back and do some changing of the timeline?
There needs to be assistance. There
Okay,
needs to be assistance. She's been working on this, but she don't know exactly what she's been working on. She's been sending Reiki and light language and love and assistance to where it started, but she wasn't conscious of what it is. She just knows that it's there. And she's been working on this. This is why she got her Reiki. She knows that in her mind, time travel is involved and that there's a lot of work in the astral, and she's been working fervently for this, but she's never had clarity as to what it was, or she never had any details. So we need help. She can't.
okay. Who can we call to help her? Can we call upon her dragons? Can we call upon her Lilith? Like who can we call to help her do this? I'd like to be able to try to do
Lucifer and Michael. Michael,
oh,
I know who else to call. And
you're
it's the masculine energy. What
about Archangel Uriel as well, and Archangel Gabriel perhaps as well.
Raphael.
Raphael.
Yeah, and maybe Metatron and some alchemy.
Okay. Can we do this? Like to call upon them all now, please, to help with this assistance. This time space. Call upon them now. Like to call upon them. Do you feel them or sense them?
Yes. It's taken a lot out of them. It's taken a lot out of Amber.
Can we beam some golden love light from the great central sun into her?
She needs some light anchored into her head. Her crown is wide open. So we need a little extra reinforcement right there. Yes, her third eye has recently. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Her third eye has been activated recently. We just need to knock a little bugs out of that.
All right. Can we send some love light to her crown and third eye now?
And her throat. This is all residual energy from the attacks in which they would overpower her. She's having a little struggle. She's struggling a little bit trying to transmute that. But that once this clears up, it's going to help clear up her upper chakras. She's been having a lot of they need balance.
Like to help and
And
assist
once
with
we get these,
light.
yes, please. Yes. Can you
Then
send Reiki
Reiki to her body as well.
to her head specifically?
Her head, her
Mhm.
crown, her head, her third eye, her throat.
Push her ear, yes.
Her eyes, her nose, her mouth, all her senses. So that way everything is crystal clear.
Yes, yes, okay. Okay, we've got her balanced. I think she'll be okay. It's just that she needs water.
Yes, please. Water.
Okay,
Beautiful.
well, yes, the angelic team is surrounding her. There are dragons present. Hermonte is present.
Her who?
Hermonte, her personal dragon. Hermonte, yes.
Beautiful. Is that his name?
No, no, no. Amber has a name for him, but she's never disclosed that. And it is a male. It is a male. So
Okay,
he guards her house.
beautiful. Well, let's let him send all his love and energy in well for assistance. Tell me how is everything looking over there with her energy?
There's upon this healing, there's gonna be healing that takes place for a whole lot of souls, not just Lilith. Amber, me, is Lilith surrogate for me, or I'm surrogate? Something about surrogate. Amber and Lilith, me and Lilith. We have to take this out. I don't.
Can you ask Archangel Michael if we need to send Phoenix fire to this belly?
No, we have to contain it first.
Okay, let's Archangel Metatron's cue, please.
No, so I thought the ice in the ass, the kish to the ass, in the end of the ass, the stuff, in the end. Okay.
Let's contain it now. Archangel Michael, Heylel, Archangel Heylel.
Yes, it's just the ice in the yes,
Uriel. Let's surround this.
The dice, and
the around, bringing in a cushion of light, so that way there's no discomfort as we extract this.
This feels metal and boxy. This is the same thing we encountered that seemed like the last time we encountered this, it was octopus-like black tar, black goo. this, it's being depicted as a metal box, kind of like a black box on an airplane. This is going to hurt, not physically, this isn't going to be painful for Amber, but she will know it is missing. Can we ease this? Can we ease this for Amber, please?
Yes.
Because this is going to leave a big hole and we need to anchor light behind it.
Absolutely.
We will remove this. We will remove this in a minute, but it is attached. It is attached to a lot of people in Amber's life. This is attached to a lot of people in Amber's life that she doesn't even know yet and may never know. For all that Amber has been connected through this is all that will be healed as Amber is being healed in this.
Can I also call in more assistance with this?
Yes, yes, we need some of her guides. We need all the magicians. We need the shaman, we need the witches. Amber is being oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear you.
Let me know who we need to call in.
They're showing up.
Let me know who we're calling in. And what else did you say?
We are calling in all. We are calling in all of Amber's. We are calling in all of her fractals, all of her essence that has ever been magicians or high priestesses or medicine women or medicine men. We are calling in the shamans. This is Amber's oracular initiation. We're creating a chain, an angelic chain around her. We are surrounding her in rainbow rays. We are going to regulate her body temperature. She's been feeling this lately. She has been feeling this lately. She has known something is up. She has been on the right track. She hasn't felt herself support herself. Her body is reacting, can feel this. Her body is cooperating. She is finally to the place that she is physically strong enough to let this go. It's just she has to give birth to this. They tried to get her son and they couldn't get her son. He is coming back to her. She believed the restoration was coming. He is coming back to her. They did not get her son. They tried to. His father's death was because of this. Amber's feeling a lot of heaviness.
And some light to her body to make her feel light.
Okay, we need some alchemy symbols.
Some sacred geometry symbols.
Can you hold space for her and transmit her? Do you have room? Melissa, drink water, Melissa. Okay. You might feel some of this too. A lot of people in Amber's life is going to feel this. People are going to be waking up out of their sleep. People will know something has shifted, but they will not know what. There will be people that look at Amber and they can see the change. They will know that this is a big release.
Okay, beautiful. Yes.
Can we communicate? No, this is not communication. This needs to be forcibly removed. This is not a consciousness that is going to agree to go back to source. This has to be forcefully done.
Call in the
Because it
fire.
runs. Call in the fire. Yes, we need the phoenix. This has to be escorted. This has to be escorted. Hold on. This has to be escorted somewhere. I need 2 angels to volunteer. Zadkiel,
Archangel Azrael, would you like to step up? Archangel Heylel, would you like to step up? Archangel Michael, would you like to step up? Who's
Helios
going to
holding
come?
her. Helios holding her. He is holding her. He is ministering to her. Oh, he's crying over me.
Aw.
This is the darkness that has been between every twin soul throughout eons. He is supporting her womb space.
Yeah.
I'm calling in the lot to protect her,
Yes.
because she's going to feel
Yes.
birthing pains.
Calling Archangel Metatron to surround her body with the flame.
I need you to hold
Calling
space for her
Raphael.
fear. Melissa, I need you to hold space for
Yes.
her fear, because
Okay.
this is a little scary for her. She is sitting back and she is observing, and this is a little scary for her because she doesn't want any more pain. And you can transmute
Okay.
that. You will have no residual energy from this. I just need you to be strong, and I need you to give this all to Mother Gaia so she can
Okay.
recycle it and give it back to you girls, okay?
Yeah.
There's such a heaviness here. Amber's hips are going to be getting bigger. This is going to take a toll on her mod body. This is going to be a beautiful toll on her body. Amber will call them breeding hips. She is no longer going to be arrested in her development as a divine feminine. Hellel is here to help her masculine step up.
Beautiful. Yes. Thank you. I surround her body with love light. Filling her up with love.
Lilith is asking for the fire.
Sending fire to
On
her
the
belly.
phoenix.
Calling on the phoenix fire to send fire to her belly now. Phoenix fire to her belly now. Also surrounding her body with Metatron's flame, the violet flame, and the phoenix fire together.
Melissa, can you pluck? Can you pull? Can you pull on your end? It's kind of like a wound. It's kind of like a wound when things start growing back and renewing and rejuvenating. Anything that's not supposed to be there kind of gets trapped. And we don't want to rip and hurt her. We don't want to pull, but we want to tug a little bit.
Okay.
Heylel is supporting Amber to be easy, so it's easier for her to release.
Okay. Beautiful.
This is why Fred is here. We need to clear up their connection too.
Right now. Get it out. Yes. Yes. Get it out. Drink water.
What is this?
Call it golden flame. Golden love light surround her, fill her up with golden love light. I call in Archangel Metatron to surround her body with a purple flame. And I call in the Phoenix fire to keep in fire slowly to that belly. Now, round her. Surround her with love.
No, this is the hottest news.
Love light to the area now.
What is this? The case?
Fill him up with love. Love light to those areas.
What is it? To help me raise her energy to
As
the
it
case from the
comes
base to the crown. As we raise her energy,
Okay.
we've got the sword of truth.
Let's do that now. Beautiful.
The Phoenix
Fill
flame
her up. Fill
and
her
Michael's
up.
sword.
Fill her up.
Okay, Metatron is removing.
Yes.
Let
Let it out. Archangel Lilith, comfort her. Archangel Heylel, Sophia, comfort. Archangel Raphael, fill her up with your healing light. Archangel Raphael, fill her up with healing love. Raphael, Archangel Michael, fill her up with blue flame. Let's feel the divine masculine. Let her feel it.
Who else wants to assist?
Yes. All my divine team, please step forward. All her dragons, let's surround her with their energy so that she feels comfort. Let her
Her
move
way. Amber's wings
as she
spread through a wild back.
And out. Let
No.
stable.
Let's anchor some light, y'all.
Stable.
The womb healing that has taken place. We changed her consent. She never gave consent. She wasn't fooled out of it.
Yes. All my divine archangels that are assisting that thing.
You're breaking up. We're sending we took this down at the source. This will never happen again of this sort. This not only removed this curse from Amber's family, but many, many, many
No, I'm okay.
throughout time, spaces, and dimensions.
Filling
I'm
you
sorry,
up with
I can't hear you.
your
Maya, you may feel this tomorrow. You might be very light in your womb space.
beautiful. I'm not saying nothing. I'm listening.
You're breaking up a little bit. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Say again. Let me see if I can hear you now. On the Ushta.
Can
You're
you
breaking.
hear me now, Amber?
I heard you. Can you hear me
Space,
now,
I feel
Amber?
like.
That's okay. That's okay.
Can you?
Yes.
Okay.
I heard okay. I didn't hear anything else.
Perfectly.
Perfect. I heard perfect. Well, this is going to be.
Okay, yes, I can hear you perfect. You?
How
does that look? How is this, what's the progress?
They're not there yet, but they're getting there. They didn't just take this one, they took every one she's ever given birth to. Or anybody else. This destroyed this at the source. Multitudes just received healing, Melissa, and that is because of you. And we are very grateful for the work you are doing. Okay.
Beautiful.
Almost
Thank you.
almost there. They're asking questions. It's being forced to the light. Ushte will be recycled back into love light. We are anchoring all the womb spaces of anyone in Amber's time, in Amber's essence, anybody who has ever been affected by any like this. We are anchoring love light to their womb space. Some people will experience postpartum symptoms. Some people, including Amber's cousin Michelle, has experienced a womb cleansing. And a lot of people, fertility has been restored. Sexual traumas have been healed. Overindulgences have been healed.
What about addictions?
Gone. People are just going to wake up and not want and be different. People are going to know what's up. And if people pay attention to Amber, they might even notice that it's because of her and her healing journey that they have been touched on this level. Amber is her creative block is going to be restored. We are empowering her masculine right now. To bring discipline, structure, and organization. Ushtanata to her life. She is writing a book. Ushtanya nanan ifeteshta, and it will be a bestseller. Ushtananatashtakai. She knows this. Ushtanya natakashtatatestinian. Ushtanya tateshta. Onyane estetestishtanya nanana. Utes, we are healing her oral fixation. We are taking Ostene estetetesta, and we are taking a hot coal and touching her tongue. Oniestene estetetesta, and we are purifying her. Oste, no longer will her pleasure center be in her mouth, it will be restored. Ustanya natetesta, her hera, her yoni space. Ustenya nanestista kaistanya tetesta. We are releasing Ustenya nanestota. We are releasing the bounds on her womb. We are releasing the bounds on her yoni. We are bringing balance. To her root chakra. Her roots will run deeper than they ever have.
Beautiful.
She has never been as grounded as she is right now. And people are going to notice it. And people are going to look at her and see Yeshua. Oh,
What the other babies that she
Ostishtanam.
gave birth to? Can we transmute them?
They're gone. They're all gone. Ushtana,
Oh,
hers
good.
and everybody else's.
It
Ushtanyanity.
was love line
Ustesh,
in
you have
behind
led the.
all those people who also felt that.
We are so yes, we are anchoring light. Ushtanite to their womb spaces.
Yes. So send love lights to all connections and fill those
Like
spaces in
Jasper.
with love light.
Ushtan. We are, and we are polishing them up. Ushtanyanite. We are restoring femininity. Ushtanyanite. We are bringing the masculine support in. To support the freedom of creation and creative expression. Amber has never had it quite like she's getting ready to have it. We are sending you love like Maya. Melissa, wrap yourself. Rainbow rays. Can you feel it and breathe it in, Melissa? Dearly beloved,
Thank
you
you.
will be blessed, you will be blessed, and you will be increased. You have never grew tired of, excuse me, you have never grown weary of doing good, and you're about to reap a harvest, because it is time. It is time, my child. We're giving a little bit of extra love to Amber's sacral, and we're going to bring it up to her heart. We are going to give her a newfound, rejuvenated love for herself. We are activating ancient gifts. She has been standing in line. Ancestors have bestowed gifts on her. Like the wise men bringing Jesus frankincense and myrrh. She just hasn't been ready, but she is now.
Beautiful.
I'm releasing my angelic brothers to go on. The Amber's ancestors and her guides are here, and they're going to be hanging around very close for a while to help her integrate this change. This is going to be a very smooth integration for her. She is going to learn how to give herself grace that she never has before.
Beautiful.
Transmuted into pure love light. There is no or inorganic. It does not exist anymore. We have completely changed that.
Beautiful.
Amber can feel it in her sacral. She doesn't know it yet, but she will. We're going to go ahead and activate her ninth dimensional and her 12th dimensional light language.
Beautiful.
Her higher self is actually ascended to the ninth dimension.
Oh, beautiful.
Is there anything
Thank
else we can
you.
do for you, Melissa?
Um, yes, I wanted to, you went through pretty much a lot of her list, so I'm sure you know what she had, her heart's desire for today. Um, I just want to make sure, am I speaking to the higher self?
Michael at the moment.
Okay, my
I'm the only
beautiful.
angel
I
left.
love you, honor and
My brothers
respect
have
you.
left. No,
Okay, well, thank them so much. Is there anything you want to tell me, Michael, before I go forward?
if you don't need me, I'm going to step out and I'm going to let her higher self take over. Lilith is with
Okay,
her. She and Lilith will be healing together. Ushtenyan in it. This is a sisterhood. This is a mother and daughterhood.
okay,
Ushtenyan and sister. She is actually integrating her I am presence. That is Lilith. Ushtananata, healed, whole, and complete. Ushtenyan is the fish that I
beautiful. Yeah. Thank you, Michael. I love you. Thank you.
So much love to you, child.
Beautiful.
Nah.
Beautiful. So yes, can I speak to the higher self of Amber?
Okay, we're here. Wow.
How does that feel?
Like breaking out of prison. There is so much
And
hope for this little girl.
what was that?
There is so much hope for this little girl, Amber. That's all she really is. She's just a little girl with so much. Her word is good. Her heart is pure. And she wants to just be love. And she just hasn't quite gotten it yet. But it's here. We have healed every lifetime that she has ever lived in any incarnation has received healing tonight. And not only has she, but so many other people. And union is coming, physical union is coming. Amber can have exactly what she wants. She has learned how to surrender. And now that her masculine has learned how to step up, he's not going to struggle anymore. He's going to be there when she calls. He is going to support her. He is going to guide her in the 3D because she is so stuck when it comes to living this human lifetime. And her inner masculine is stepping up and it's going to assist her into finding her way as a human as well as an adult.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Beautiful. Higher self, can I ask a couple questions that Amber
Yes, please.
had? Okay.
Yes.
One of the questions that she had was she gave a god she gave a blood offering to Lilith before her surgery. Was this something that you suggested?
Yes.
Okay.
She recognizes that she is Lilith, that she has an I am presence that is Lilith, and that Lilith is she and she is Lilith. And she tries really hard to make the connection. The reason that she feels like Lilith is gone is because Lilith is now integrated. Lilith has now integrated, and Lilith has been going through the same thing she has as far as like trying to heal trying to heal the things that the demons that she, folklore tells that she has birthed
Uh-huh.
through, the story. So anyhow, that's why Amber hasn't felt hers, because she and Amber have integrated. She is integrated into Amber. Ushtanyan, and Amber got her wings a while back, but now she can spread them. She can use them to heal. She can use them for many, many things that will come in time. Ushtanyan.
Beautiful.
I'm going
What
to
color are
activate.
her wings? I'm sorry.
Whatever color she wants, and they can be red and black, they can be iridescent, they can be white with gold trim, they can be psychedelic leopard print. It don't matter, because Amber, she is that kind of powerful creator. This was her oracular integration. This is her oracular initiation. We are going to
Okay.
integrate. We are going to call forth, if you don't mind, we're going to call forth her the Isis Mystery School teachings.
Yes.
She has attended many, many, many times. So we are going to integrate those and call those forward.
Yes.
This might freak her out a little bit. She's not going to be expecting this. Her divination will be on point. She needs to pick up the spirit board. She needs to get the pendulum to go out in the yard and look for her motivate. She does not give herself credit. When she wakes up tomorrow, things are going to be new. She's going to find a newfound trust in herself. Me, the higher self, is going to integrate, and it is going to be smooth sailing. She is walking into the most peaceful time of this lifetime. And there's nobody that's more grateful than Amber.
Beautiful. You said moldavite in her yard?
Yes, it's been something that's on her mind. She lost her moldavite and her agni mangus and a few other stones, and she bought a crystal pendulum, and she don't take the time with this pendulum, but she's going to use that pendulum to go get them crystals. There's a reason that they were hers. She will use that along with the other two. She will know what this means. She will use those along with another two as her shamanic tools. She is a no tools reader. She is a no tools worker. Her will alone. Along with the Isis Mystery School teachings, and Amber's about to take off.
Are they the same Isis Mystery School teachings that I took with Aurora?
They're the Isis Mystery School teachings that, yes, ma'am, but it's also the Isis Mystery School teachings that you took when you were Mary Magdalene. Firsthand, would you like this integration too, Melissa? Melissa, would you like it as well?
Yes.
Take a deep breath. Allow. It's going to take a little while for these to integrate. Okay, we're going to tweak both of y'all's third eyes a little bit. But you both are going to learn to connect with your bodies on a different level. You both are medical intuitives.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. We love you.
And I love you. I love you so much. So you mentioned something, and I think you mentioned the spirit board. She said she wanted to know if Danny is still with her.
Danny is with her. Me and Danny are one and of the same. We come in various forms to her. We introduced her. She's seen us as a child. She's seen us as a man in the mirror. And the first time we ever connected and had a conversation with her was on a Ouija board, is what she called it. And she didn't quite understand it all, but she was fascinated by it. But her family just wouldn't allow her to have it for various religious reasons and ignorance, to be honest. Amber is a natural when it comes to divination, when it comes to tarot cards, when it comes to spirit board. And we released the fear that she has when it comes to divination. She carried a little bit of a fear, not so much that anything evil, she doubted herself. There was a fear she had of herself and of her intuition. The process, the things that Amber has been going through here recently has triggered that all over again. This has happened exactly like it was supposed to. We're going to reframe her just a minute. I want to help Amber reframe.
Okay.
Amber has wounds. She does not have to dress them if she doesn't want to. Her will alone will care for them like they are to be cared for. Nothing is going to mess up this healing for her. And it is also going to improve. The problems that she has now are not going to be the same problems she has 6 months down the road. There will come a time very soon in Amber's life when this process, she does not even realize it took place until she sees that she is missing a breast. She is going to fully heal from this. She called in her heavenly body and she meant it. She meant it. And when her masculine comes in to support her and puts action behind all her ideas and all her creativity and all the determination that she has for herself, her body is going to fall in really quick. She's going to notice a lot of changes. Her body is going to, if she does something on level 1, her body is going to react on a level 5, 6, or 7. Does that make sense? She is going to be accelerated. She is so grateful for her body and she is learning how it works and she has learned how to connect with it. And now her inner self is being reflected to her outer self.
Okay. Can you tell her why she had this issue with the flap of her breast? Not
Because I told her to quit smoking. I told her 5 years to quit smoking. She wouldn't let go of it. Her parents, her caretakers overfed her when she was little. They didn't know how any other way to love her. And Amber is very familiar with this. Her love language is physical touch. And she comes from a family who didn't do physical touch unless it was in a very heinous and ugly way to touch a little girl. And just she knows all this. She don't care that I tell you. Her whole family, none of them knew how to give her affection any other way but through food and money. And it still happens in Amber's life, and she's wanting to change all that. And now that we have gotten rid of the one obstacle she has to becoming who she really is and becoming her natural self and coming into full remembrance of who she is. There is no longer a hindrance in that. It's
Okay.
gone. She will come into full remembrance of who she truly is. Her heart is so pure. She is actually a guardian for the Akashic. She thinks she doesn't know how to access it. But we just reignited all the fire from Queen Isis.
Beautiful.
Mm.
Can you tell her? Can you tell her what happened? The last time we had a session, she was told she was going to be going to Costa Rica. Why that
She
didn't
can
happen?
she can still go if she wants to. There is no time.
Okay. Do
You
you still see
She
her
will.
go?
Oh, sorry.
Do you still see her going?
She's going to get married on the beach.
Oh.
Wherever she wants. She has full control of everything.
Mm-hmm.
She does have mission in Costa Rica, but that doesn't say she can't have it somewhere else in Bora Bora or in the Maldives. It's whatever she wants. She has finally learned that it's not about what it is, it's about how you feel, about the frequency at which you vibrate. She's learned that. She doesn't have a lot of expectations for the future when it comes to living in a van or living in a tent or living in a beach house. It's all about love and freedom and just being who she is and allowing everybody else to be who they are. And she just desires to create a safe container for everyone to be their authentic self.
Beautiful. Are there any messages from her sister Ashley?
She was right all along. Yes. Yes. She knows this. She knows that she and Ashley had a soul contract when they come here, and that Ashley actually agreed to shorten her days to prolong Amber's, meaning Amber would have never had this surgery if it weren't for Ashley. Breast cancer, it was in Amber's future. Um, she knew that because of what happened to Ashley, she had to have the surgery, and she went in fully confident, and it nothing failed. Nothing failed. Amber thinks that something failed. Nothing failed. Nothing failed. This happened exactly the way it's supposed to. There is going to be so much love in Amber's life, whether it comes from in or whether it comes without, that she is not going to miss her breast. It's up to her how long it takes. And if she wants it, she can have it back. She will know what to do when it comes that time. But her life is going to be so full, she's not going to miss it. She has never felt more feminine than she will feel. Up, I'm waking tomorrow. She will feel fully supported. And it's not about being beautiful for Amber. Amber knows how beautiful she is because she knows that she is the divine, and she's doing good. But she's scared. She don't know. She didn't expect this. And she feels that her manifestations failed. She feels that she might have manifested negatively, and she did not. Amber is on her highest timeline. She might not have been 5 hours ago, or she might not have felt like she was 5 hours ago because she was losing her mind. Was standing there because there were so many questions she needed answered. And when she when she did what she did for humanity, because she didn't have this surgery just for her and her family like she thinks she did. She was a tipping point. She was a tipping point in which things start getting better for a whole collective.
Beautiful. Beautiful. What about Bo? She wants to know if there's messages.
Bo is still with her. Bo is still with her. She can connect with him through divination if she likes. She can connect with him in her dream state. All she has to do is set the intention. Bo brought her a gift, and she knows that he brought her son back to her. Ustenia, he will never leave her. He is working behind the scenes with Fred. He is working to help Fred heal. Him and Fred are of the same monad. Fred knows.
Soul family?
Yes, they are of the same.
What is
They are a monad. They are cut from the same fabric cloth. Fred is not Amber's twin soul. He is, however, her soulmate, as was Bo. Bo and Fred have a stronger connection than Amber and Fred. Fred nor Amber, either one, can deny the connection in which they have. They're both scared to death of each other, but they both can't quite live without each other. And they're both just learning how to do this and following the lead. And they made a promise to each other, New Year's, that they would always have fluid action. Fluid movement and forward action.
You yawned the same time I did. That was very interesting. Oh, okay, beautiful. What about this vision that she had about this masculine spirit wearing a 90s t-shirt, Mercy Playground?
Marcy's Playground. It was a band that Amber really liked when she was. That is another essence of Amber.
Oh.
You know, we can have, okay, for instance, me as Amber's higher self. I'm contained in more than one vehicle on this plane of existence right now.
Right.
Does that make sense? Okay.
Yes.
Amber was experiencing herself.
Oh. Was this because she was having surgery?
She asked for everybody who held her in love. She asked for all of her. Amber tries to clear her energies and clear any fractals of herself, any ideas of herself that were created with negative intent, or when she dissociates, when she used to dissociate, when she used to have mental problems and she would dissociate, she would create a whole nother identity. And when she would come back to this world, that identity still stood and could be manipulated. And Amber clears those up. So when Amber called in everyone who held her in love, and all of her that was for her highest good that was still left, who still served the purpose, she got what she wanted. She's seen a whole lot of them while she was on pain medication. Her channel was very, very open, and she's seen very, very, very many aspects of herself. She wasn't aware that they were aspects of herself, but they were all. Yeah. It was a little overwhelming for her, but no, he's not here to hurt her. He is a trickster. He will be integrating as her masculine integrates. He is not the only one that is going to be integrating. He is very fun. He is a trickster. He's very compassionate. He's the he's the the rock love song ballad singer. You know, I mean, he's very expressive, and he is an artist, and that is going to integrate into Amber, along with a lot of other her masculine qualities. So she said
Beautiful.
that they.
Did we get to the root of her anxiety?
The root of her anxiety is because she knew this, the thing, the what do we want to call what we just took from her? We need to give it a name. But what was taken from us, our womb, the baby, the hybrid, the inorganic
hybrid.
box, whatever it is, whatever it is that she just birthed. Her surgery started up. She had been trying to remove this. She has been very conscious. You two tried to remove it when she was with you, and you did break a lot of it apart. It was hanging on. This was an actual Amber uses the term exorcism, and that's exactly what it was. But this time it was loved in the proper way, and compassion was felt for it. And she had even been asking it. She had been trying to communicate with it on a conscious level. And she didn't realize that there was no consciousness that she could connect to. That there was there wasn't a consciousness that she could connect to, because it was not agreeable. It was not agreeable to leave and to be positively polarized. It wasn't ready to do that. And Amber assumed that everything would want to be love and light. And yes, she needed assistance, but this is gone once and for all. She is not going to have residual. She's not going to have residual problems from this. She is going to realize it's gone and it's going to be different from her, but it is not going to hinder or harm her in any way. Her mental health is completely safe, as is her body. She is doing a beautiful job healing. She needs to focus on the fact that she is doing such a beautiful job healing, and that the fear is gone, but she has to leave it alone. She can't be digging it up.
All right. Beautiful. What about this bird that she has? She claims the bird acts like it's evil. And she's
Her
hearing
bird
bad
is
thoughts in her head about sacrifice.
That's because Amber's not perfect.
Why is that?
That's because Amber is not perfect, and she remembers when she used to have to give offerings in church, or she would give offerings to deities, or this and that. She has since learned that offerings given to God source are also offerings given to her. But anyhow, that's where that comes from. She always thinks she has to make a trade, even to people who do nice things for her. She feels like she has to make an offering or make a trade. So when her bird drives her freaking crazy, her bird is traumatized. Her bird needs a mate. Plain and simple, it needs a mate. And Amber is either going to have to get another bird, to give this bird some kind of quality of life, because it is very, very lonely, and it just don't fit in with her and the dog. They all love each other, but there's not a level of comfort because they're all so very different. She give it her best, and she need not feel guilty anymore. But yeah, Amber's not all love and light. Amber is of the darkness. You know, I mean, like it's not it's not far-fetched that Amber would have that thought. She's not had any thoughts quite that dark for a very, very long time. But Amber's went through a lot lately, and she's faced a lot of darkness. She has had more darkness thrown at her than she will ever deserve. But she asked for massive growth, and she got massive growth, and she is getting ready to take off. She is stepping into hers, and she's taking a whole lot of people with her.
Beautiful. This life that you showed her at the beginning, was this her avatar life that was mentioned?
This is her first starseed. She has several other starseed incarnations, but this is the one that matters because this is the first one that her and Fred had ever spent together. Now, Fred is not her twin soul. When she looked at the other her in that lifetime that we just went through, it was anybody that could ever be kind of like a hologram. You know how a hologram is a little piece, but on that little piece is the whole?
Yeah.
That's kind of what it is. It just happens to be Fred because he is the other half of her right now. Had we done this session 20 years from now and it not be Fred she was with, she would have seen her life partner, or who she chose as her life partner at that moment, if that makes sense. It was a reflection of her. It happens to be Fred right now because her and Fred have a beautiful potential. They are life partner material. They both know this, and we've already discussed this.
Beautiful. Okay. Beautiful. What about when I took her to the healing place with the water? She had a beautiful experience there. You want to talk about that a little bit?
It was exactly as she said it was. That her healing place is when she is one, when she is all that has been, all that is, and all that ever will be. That is always her happy place. That is always her healing place. That is the place she accesses now, even though she doesn't realize it. She doesn't quite realize it for what it is. She's touching base with that, and she's learning how to access that more. She is learning, her and Fred are doing this together. They are learning new ways of being with all that is, and it's a beautiful process. It's difficult for Amber because she is neurodivergent. And actually, no, we're re-releasing her from that label right now. If you've got a minute, I know it's late. Somewhere to be.
What would you like me?
Okay, it's done. We just cleared her out a little bit. Her neurodivergent tendencies, we are bringing her in the ability to focus.
Yeah.
It'll be a lot easier on her now that there's not so much anxiety hanging around.
Okay.
She needs to get her whiteboard and make a list of the things that she needs to do throughout the day. And when I say that, I mean, I'm talking about the studying she needs to do. She feels like she is in another time warp or time zone or timeline or somebody else. Amber really, really struggles in this area when it comes to learning logical things like the philosophy and the theosophy and stuff like that. She studies. She has a hard time with words. Words are going to come more natural for her. She's going to have an easier time memorizing and recollecting and relating new things to her current or past experiences. Things are going to come a little bit more natural to her. She's not going to have to fight so hard.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I know she
Yes,
will
she
be
does.
glad to know that. That was one of, you read my mind. I wanted to ask about that. So you said it right as I was.
She has worked so hard. She has watched hours and hours and hours and hours of videos and not knowing what any of them were saying, that she would take the best notes and try so hard. This girl give it her all. And it was actually Fred's fault, because Fred taught her how that when they speak, they actually create. Their conversation is actually creation. So when they speak to each other, they actually co-create and make a whole entire entity. And it fascinated Amber, because no man, no masculine in her life had ever discussed creating with her, not creating a baby, not doing this or that. Well, not to the sense at which it touched her like he did. And it made so much sense to her. And she was so fascinated that he basically found interest in what she had to say. And they are so different. They do not communicate in the same way. Um, they are complete opposites, but that's what's so beautiful about this, is because he is all 3D and he is all masculine and she is all in her feminine and she is all woo woo and spirituality and magic, and he's all about logic and economy and health and body, where she is spirit, and he is brain where she is heart. And it's just it's beautiful watching them try to connect and find new ways to connect. She
Beautiful.
deserves this. She deserves this.
Yes. Beautiful. Can you explain to her what was this about the dinosaurs and the lizards though? What was that?
It was
What?
absolutely reptilian and grays. It was grays. Amber has had experiences with the grays, and she it's not an area she remembers. It's an area that gives her a lot of anxiety. She hasn't, and not all the experiences with Amber or with the Greys were negative. They have taken her, they have abducted her, and studied her, checked her out, this and that, whatever. They have never hurt her. But in other lifetimes or whatnot, she has experienced them on different levels, this and that. But it makes her very uncomfortable. Anything about aliens makes her uncomfortable. And this is a lot of why, because she knew that it was relative. She didn't have details, but she knew. She has always had discernment. In every single lifetime, she has had discernment. Whether or not she has chosen to listen to it, Amber. And it's been a lot like that through her existence. But yeah, um, it's one and the same. It is the grays, and they were actually harvesting. They were harvesting hybrids to for many many purposes, and it wasn't just in this lifetime. This has went on throughout existence. You have even done um, you have even done some sessions in which are related to what Amber was talking about today.
Really?
Yes,
I
and
did.
I'm pretty sure you're more familiar about this than you think you are.
Oh,
You are connected to this experience in another way.
how is that?
It's not time for you to know yet, but the seeds have
Oh,
been planted. The seeds have been planted.
okay.
It will not make you or it will not break you. It's just not time. It is not
I was
time.
gonna
But
say, ask?
oh, excuse me, I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, am I able to ask? I'm always willing to
Oh,
ask.
you can always ask questions. You can always ask questions. It doesn't always mean that you are going to get an answer or even an answer you like, but you already know that.
Yeah, that's funny. In due
Yeah.
time, I see, right?
Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry.
All due time.
All in due time. All in
Beautiful.
due time.
What about the Lumeria connection? Did she go from Sirius to Lumeria?
She went from Sirius to Lumeria, but she also had an incarnation in Atlantis as well.
Okay.
She kind of knows this. She doesn't know enough about Atlanta or she don't know enough about Sirius, Atlantis, or Lemuria to even make the connections of what it is. She has never explored this route. This might be something she will do more remembering than she will learning about this. But yes, she had incarnations in both. And yes, there was actually a Lemurian Holocaust.
Oh. And what was that about?
Seed
What?
races, slave races, experimental seed and slave races. The reptilians, you are familiar with the reptilian agenda. You are familiar with the fact that it has never stopped. There has been a lot of work done in the healing, the quantum healing arena, for lack of a better term, that has changed or put a significant impact in the work that they're doing. We are no longer for a long time, people thought we were going to succumb to the darkness, and it's hard not to feel that way, especially when you look at the state of the world we're in right now. But there is no spoon, there is no time, it is not linear. Everything is happening everywhere all at the same time. And we are on the upward, we are on the upward um, swing. We're gaining momentum. The light is gaining momentum. Millions of souls have been saved because of what you and the other aura practitioners and quantum healing practitioners have done. Y'all have put a significant dent in the impact that darkness is going to have on humanity at this time.
Wow, beautiful. Beautiful. Well, that makes my day, and it makes this lifetime.
Yeah, there's big work. There's big work. A lot of the star seeds don't realize the impacts that they are having. For instance, Amber in her struggles, she hates whining, she hates getting on social media, and she feels like she's putting on a show for people. Not that she is wearing a mask of any kind, but that she hates putting such negativity out there, but she is following my lead. This is where Amber's mission comes to fruition with her book. She is saving souls just like Jesus did, and that's what she's wanted to do ever since she was an itty bitty little girl. She loved Yeshua, and in her mind, she just wanted to save people. As a little girl, she just wanted to make them happy and make them feel like they were loved, and all sunshine and rainbows and whatever. And Amber is a shadow worker. She's not a light worker. Amber is anointed to work with the darker energies. Up until tonight, there was a very big fear in her doing so. That is no longer there. She's going to find her groove in the underworld. She's done some work there before, but she has always been a little bit uncomfortable because of her religious upbringing. But yeah, her mission's just getting started. Her book is going to change things for millions of people. Her story is going to touch millions of people only because everybody has experienced it in some way, and everybody's just looking for connection. And Amber learned that. And when she learned that, it's very hard for her to be vulnerable. It's hard for her to accept love in monetary form. And she's doing a lot of that now. People are being very good to her during her recovery, but she don't know what to do with that. She don't it's new for her, and she understands that this is part of her purpose in this lifetime. This is her, she's been manifesting from her North Node in Libra for a very long time. She's conscious that she's manifesting from her North Node, and it does involve physical union, but it also involves bringing wholeness to the feminine collective. She transmutes a lot of energy. Amber lived a lot of lifetimes as men, as males, as masculines, and she's not remembered them in detail, but she has not forgotten that she has. And she has a love for the divine masculine collective that is beautiful and pure and sincere. And she heals as many men as she does women. Well, she allows them to heal themselves. She opens up doorways, and her mission is difficult for her. There's a lot of rejection in it for her, and it hurts her. It's caused a lot of problems in her family, and she doesn't necessarily know how to trust people and how to nurture relationships. And that is what her whole mission here on this planet is right now, is she has to learn to quit doing it alone. She has to learn how to trust herself and others and build a community and partnership. And this is very, very difficult for her. It will become easier because we did remove the main block for her inner union, and things are going to take off.
Really concerned about was that inner union healing. She knows it. She hashtags it, you know.
Yes, because she knows she does not ever want to depend on anything outside of herself. She believes, and she's not wrong, she has believed that that is where all her suffering lies, is outside of herself, trying to be separate from the divine and from who she is. And it it's detrimental to her to be dependent on anything outside of herself. And she wants nothing more in this world than to be self-sufficient mentally, physically, economically, financially, spiritually. She knows that everything is in her, but she can't quite reach it. And now that we remove this block, it's going to be so much easier for her, because she also knows that she cannot find. Amber desires union. Amber desires a partner in life. Amber desires a masculine. She loves everything about a masculine. She loves her feminine, how her feminine behaves with a masculine. She has been so obedient to herself and to her body and to her morals and her values as a divine feminine. And she has sacrificed a lot. She don't always see it as sacrificing, but she has sacrificed a lot. But she knows that she can never have that one true union in the physical unless she releases the need for it and finds inner union within herself. When she can find inner union, and she is closer now than she will ever believe. If you tell her tomorrow, she may not believe you. She is closer now to physical union because the block to her inner union has finally been handled, and we have filled that with light, and things are going to start coming together, just like these wounds that she's healing, that's got all these new cells regenerating. Well, she's got all this fabric inside of herself that is regenerating and coming together and integrating to bring her into wholeness and completeness, and that's all she wants in this world.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So she's doing good, and she's on the right path.
She is. She is, and she always knew. She had no idea where she was going, Melissa. She had no idea where she was going, but she knew she was headed in the right direction.
Beautiful. Isn't that funny when we start listening to our inner voice? Sometimes we just end up somewhere we never thought we would go.
Oh, and Amber did not think she was end up here. She thought she was going to spend the summer with you, and she still wants to do what you do so much. She is trying her best to make her way back. Don't give up on her yet, because she is not
Oh,
give up.
never.
It just Amber just has a tendency to take the long scenic route. But it's okay because she's better for it.
When she comes here, we'll have luxury for her.
That's
It's
the
a
last thing
big
she wants.
rocket.
She doesn't
I know,
need
right? But let me
luxury.
tell you. Well, as soon as the
She
snow melts, you know.
Yeah, she is a good seed. She needed this dog. She needed this dog. Her
Uh-huh.
dark mother, one of her Hakate, stepped in. Amber needed a lesson in unconditional love and patience, and her dog is a mirror to her, right down to her oral fixation, right
Uh-huh.
down to her needing affection all the time that she does not get.
Uh-huh.
This dog is a mirror to her, and he is teaching her so many lessons. And it's a beautiful thing that Amber is totally living a life that she did not expect to lead, and she's doing a beautiful job.
Can you tell her why recently she's been feeling really irritable with her pet, her companions, her dog, and the bird? She's just been feeling a little irritable. Is it just because of the surgery,
Because
the
they
healing
are
process?
both. She has been trying not to escape, but as she has been feeling everything that she has been feeling, she has been distracting herself with social media and just being on her phone and having music playing all the time. And her animals are nothing but a reflection of her, both of them. She knows this. She will tell you this, and she is pissed off at herself right now. She's feeling a lot of shit. That's her word. She is feeling a lot of shit that she knew she was going to feel, but she didn't expect it. She didn't expect it to be this difficult to sort through, because she didn't have answers to what seemed like simple questions for her. She knows she is at fault for losing the breast, but she doesn't, because even though it was because of her addiction, to her attachment
Uh-huh.
to smoking or nicotine, that's not how she caused it. That's in real life. In what she calls real life, that's how it happened, but it did not. This was necessary for her to come into inner union and for her to learn to love herself on a whole new level that she did not know that she could. The whole breast thing is very significant for Amber in many ways. Um, and she deserves all the good things out of life, and she knows this. And it's not going to be as difficult for her to love the body that she is in as it was for her to fall in love with the one she started with. She just has to trust that it's all coming together, whether it looks like it or not. And she is closer now than she has ever been to everything she's ever wanted in her life.
Beautiful. Well, I know she's going to be so happy to hear all this, because she was really, she was losing her mind. But
She was scared for her mental health. She actually wondered if and she's not done this for years and years and years, but she actually wondered if she needed to call in professional help. And then you made the offer about a session, and it was so crazy because I, as the higher self, am so grateful for you, because like I've put it on her mind a couple times about her reaching out and asking you, and she has pride. She has pride. Um, she can be so humble, and it doesn't take much to humble her, But yeah, she has a hard time asking anybody for anything, and that is a trauma response.
Mm.
And I'm very, very grateful for you, because I try to communicate with her all the time. And she, since this surgery, she is so unsure of herself. But all that's going to change. All that's going to
Yeah.
change. But she's been so unsure of herself lately.
Yeah. I know. I've been watching her and praying for her and keeping my eye on her and just always trying to send her love and keep her strong, you know.
And she has so many people that love her. She is totally saturated in love, and she will tell you this herself. And that's what's keeping her afloat right now is, and what she fails to understand is the reason she is receiving all this love without is because she has given herself all this love within, and she doesn't see it. And I'm sure she will, and I'll be there to remind her. But the reason that everybody loves her like she does is, or like they do, is because that she loves herself like that, and that is only source energy coming right back to her.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Yes, I definitely wanted to keep bugging her and making sure she got a session because I knew it had been some time. And I was just, I was starting to lose my mind. I was like, if she doesn't get to me.
She was not, she has thought about it every single day. And like her, as non-compliant as she is when it comes to like food and diet and everything, like she stuck with it. She wanted a cheeseburger so bad today. And she's like, no, 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 I gotta have this session. I gotta have this session. You know what I mean? And she's been doing this for days. She's been looking forward to it. This happened in divine timing. There was a lot of darkness. That had come from her womb space trying to stop this from happening. You
Oh,
felt it before the session, but it was fighting. It was fighting against y'all, and it possibly could have been fighting against y'all this whole week. But
wow.
it's done. It's over with.
Yeah.
And
Did the
like
crystals
like
help?
the crystals always help.
Uh-huh.
Never doubt the crystals. And you cannot use crystals negatively. Crystals
Right.
cannot be used in a negative manner the same way Reiki can't, and light language and all that stuff. Anyhow, no, crystals are always good. And it's so good because Amber's got these two hunks of um, rose quartz in here. And I just thought they were appropriate for her to bring in here because of Mary and Mary.
Yes.
Yes.
I love my rose quartz. She
Yes.
would told me to have it.
Yes. She's got some more in here. She's got some citrine, and she's got some azurite. Azurite.
Uh-huh.
She's got some amethyst and some sapphirites, and yeah, she's got
Beautiful.
quite a few in here.
Is she connected to any particular stone? I know I'm connected to the Andara crystal from the Pleiades of my star seed. Is she connected to any particular crystal as well?
The cinnamony stone, which
Cinnamon.
she has just learned about. Yes, she is also connected to moonstone.
Oh,
She really needs some moss agate.
okay.
It will help her in a lot of different areas. She kind of knows this. Her stones that she lost in the yard, those were anointed and those were picked by source for her shamanic work. She has mourned the loss of these stones. She
Oh,
will find them. She will find them. There is a reason to everything. There is a reason to everything, and in due time, she will find them. But these were handpicked by source for her work.
are they healing in the ground right now?
They are grounding. Yes, they are grounding, and they are charging, and they are charging with all seasons. They are charging. They are charging with all weather. They are charging with every moon cycle. Amber has not quite stepped into her crystal alchemy and her grid work yet, but it is there and it's waiting on her when she is ready. No
Beautiful.
necesita niente.
She's not the only one. I definitely need to get, and I've been feeling this procrastination too. I'm wondering if it was all connected.
Connected with
uh,
what happened, the session that you just had tonight?
yeah.
It very much so is, because you have a connection. You have a connection, and it will come up later. If it does not ring any bells now, it will come up later. And it will be very clear when it does. But there was a connection that you had to the metal box that we just took out of her, the black box that we just took out of her. You do have a connection there. But you saved 1,000 souls tonight, Melissa, and you should feel very honored and very proud of yourself that you helped this process.
Beautiful. Thank you. Yes. Whatever I can do to help, I am here. Is that, is that why my business is called Saving Our Souls? I have no idea where that came from. And I just got the SOS, Saving Our Souls. Was that all divine?
Everything's divine. You are so divinely guided, and you know this. There's a lot of things that's happened in your life that has happened either kind of without your knowledge, or maybe in instances in which you have felt like you were hijacked in decisions, in choices, and things like that. And it's not so much that you were hijacked, just that your ego was putting up a little bit too big of a fight and you needed to step aside, and divine intervention kind of, it's okay that we force things now and then. I mean, like, once we have permission, there is the law of non-interference, but once we have permission, and sometimes you don't even have to be clear with sometimes you don't have to be clear with your call for help. You just need to ask for help, because we know at what frequency in which your soul vibrates. We know what you really want when you don't.
Yes, I cried out for help many times. And I'm glad that the call was heard. And that's
Always.
why my heart is open for those. And I just say, let the divine bring to me who is meant to be with me, and whatever I can do to help them, So it's so beautiful to know that this session went the way it was supposed to go. I had no idea.
Yes. I apologize that it is so late. I know you have family.
Oh, it's okay.
But we are very grateful for you helping. Amber probably wouldn't have let anybody, Amber has never let anybody get this personal with her. She feels very safe with you, and I would like to thank you for providing a safe container in which we can be our true selves. That's not something Amber gets to experience in her real, tangible touch and feel life, and it means so much to her. She considers you a friend, and that is not a term that she uses lightly. She loves you dearly, as do I, and our work is not done yet.
Yes, I know that. Let me tell you, if I ever thought these sessions were going to be one and done, I had another thing coming. I had a feeling that there were going to be multiples needed, and the more that I work with people and I stay connected, I see that it's very important to have more than one session.
Yes. Yes, and there's probably a few more in your future. Amber hates Amber has a problem with gaining employment, and she doesn't have a problem making money. She has a problem putting her money making ideas into action. And I'm pretty sure that as her masculine integrates, she will find a more stable footing to do that. She's not ignorant and dumb by any means. She can do anything she actually absolutely wants to. She has everything she's tried, she succeeded at. And therefore she just didn't want to do it anymore. She got bored very easy. So she has plenty of ways to become self-sustaining, because she is never going to make it in a 9 to 5 job. She knows that she is not cut out for the 3D, for, but as she calls in a partner and as she finds inner union and then physical union, things will become more stable for her in the 3D, in real life. So it's coming. She's getting a financial blessing. There's going to be a lot of financial burdens taken off her family. She has deep-seated money wounds, and she knows this, and she works actively to try to heal this. And it's so funny because, like, she, no matter how much money she makes, she never has any, because there's always somewhere it has to go. And this girl does not waste a dime for nothing. She is frugal. She knows how to budget, but it don't do her any good to budget, because everything has to go somewhere, and it's difficult for her. She is very entitled and she's very spoiled, and her caretakers did not do a really good job in preparing her to be an adult. She has no idea what she's doing. She has beautiful, beautiful work ethic. She is so talented and so creative, and she knows this. She just can't seem to get a steady footing anywhere. But that's all about change. She's going to see. She is going to see the first. She's going to see the first fruits come Aries season. And as this year progresses, this year is going to bring her physical union. She thinks she knows that, but I want to reiterate to her right now that physical union is coming. Her and Fred are on the right track. They both want the same exact thing. They just don't realize it's the other one that's fulfilling it. They're manifesting each other and they don't even know
Yes, boy, do I know how that happens.
it. Yes, you do. Yes.
Beautiful. So beautiful. I don't think I have any more questions. Is there anything that I missed that I did
I
not
don't believe so.
ask?
Amber was wondering if anybody had any messages for her family. Amber is so clear. Amber receives downloads all the time, even when she feels disconnected. Excuse me. Anyhow, Amber is very connected. Amber gets messages for other people all the time. She might lack tact in how she gives the messages, but she has very good discernment in whether they should be passed on or not. So we're just going to leave that for her, because it's always happening. That was just a silly question for her to even ask. She's been a little frantic, so I'll forgive her for that. She does need to learn to give herself some grace, though.
Beautiful. Can we put a little grace in her heart? Plant a little seed of grace?
We need to just unblock her heart.
Can we do that?
We are going to activate her heart chakra in a new way. Not that her heart chakra has not been burst wide open. However, this is the first time that her sacral has ever been this clear, and there is connections to her heart there. When it comes to birthing anything, when you carry anything and it's nurtured from you, there is an attachment there. So yes, Michael worked on her heart earlier, but I'm going to go through and I'm just going to kind of remove some of the scales that have grown on it, because she's ready. She is ready to open her heart to herself and others. She is ready to trust others and herself. She's going to find a newfound love and appreciation for herself that she has never had. She is going to see her progress on a different level. And, we were talking earlier how she is going to miss what's gone, because she's been carrying it for lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes. But it's not going to be a miss that causes grief or that causes any kind of pain, more than just longing to be comfortable with the light that has come in and taken its space. Because we had to, once we cleared the area, we had to fill it back with light. So now
Yes.
it's lighter. So it's going to take a little bit for Amber to get used to that, but it's not going to cause her any pain. It's not going to cause her despair. She might have a few ascension symptoms that will be mild. I'm going to remind her every time she does, why she is having them. um, yeah, yeah,
Yes.
because she's going to need reminders, but also the experience that she felt earlier, we did send love light to your womb as well. You were experiencing some
Yeah.
transmutation before the session started, and we
Yeah.
appreciate you for holding space for us like that.
That was heavy. I felt that. I thought it was the food that I ate. I was like, wait a minute, I
No,
didn't eat anything.
no, your food was fine. You might get a little heartburn later, but
Yeah. I noticed as soon as I put the crystals there, it immediately went away.
you both are anointed in crystal alchemy. You and Amber both.
Yes, I heard that I learned with the fairies in Atlantis.
Mm, beautiful.
Yes, yes, yes. I will be happy when she gets to the point where when we do a session, I can take her on a journey to perhaps, Atlanta. Would that be good for her in the future?
That would actually be great for her. We have put this on her heart a few times. We have given her memories of her Atlantean incarnation as well as her Lemurian. We have given her several memories. She hasn't made the connection yet. She has got so many questions and so many things that she has a hard time when she goes to meditate or connect or goes to visit the Akash. She has a hard time narrowing down on anything. Like I totally, this sounds funny for me saying this, but I can't believe that she was as thorough and as quick on the questions that she wanted to ask in this session. She narrowed them down very quickly, and that's not like her. It was out of sheer desperation. She did feel desperate, and she was so excited to have this opportunity, and she did not want to take advantage of this opportunity. She knows it for what it is, and she appreciates it, and we are very, very grateful for it.
Beautiful. Well, I am glad I could be of service. That is my goal. So, mission
You
accomplished. It
are,
took some time. You're right.
yes, yes, yes. And your
I'm
your
glad that.
territory is,
Yeah. What was that?
sorry,
Go ahead.
your territory is going to be blessed and increased. Amber is good soil. Every seed that has ever been sowed into her, whether it's been monetary, whether it has been time, whether it has been any seed that has ever been planted in her, has come back to reap a harvest. And she knows this. She knows she is good soil. And that's why she is beginning to allow more help come in. Amber's not taking care of herself right now. Amber is fully capable of taking care of herself, but she has to learn. She's going through this process right now because she needs to learn how to rely on other people and how to bring community and partnerships into everything. Amber sees everything as a monetary loss for someone. And that's not what it is. She has a hard time making the distinction that money is energy, just like time is energy. She has a hard time. But she's healing that. She is healing this money wound, and she's got a great start on it. But yeah, that's where she's at with all that.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Awesome. Good to know. That's what she wanted to know, because she wants to get her seeds, and she's got a plan that she wants to spring into action.
Absolutely. She's going to have a pretty big financial blessing. She's got a lot of things that can happen for her. She just needs to release the need to know anything when it comes to finances.
Okay.
She's blocking herself because she feels the need to know. She feels a need there that's not really there. It's just simply an illusion. And until she releases her attachment to needing to know, that's her holdup.
Okay. Until she releases the need
The need to know.
Okay.
Yeah, she's always, when it comes to money, she worries. She doesn't do without anything, and she doesn't waste anything, and there's just always somewhere it needs to go. It's like she can't get ahead. And until she fully trusts, she knows that she's never going to do without anything. But until she releases the anxiety that is associated with her need to know when things are going to happen, it's going to be put off a little longer every time. And she is learning, but it will help her to hear from herself that, she's just, her vision's been a little cloudy.
Yes. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's see. Is there anything else you would like to add to the final piece? Do we need to do another body scan on her, or what should we do? Because we started this.
No, we're not going to do another body scan on her. And the reason being is because this is going to take some integration. This is going to take a lot of her energy and a lot of her focus. And we just don't want to put any more on her because she is healing. And when she wakes up tomorrow, her mental state is going to be significantly better than it has been, and she is going to gain momentum. And we just don't want to throw a wrench in that works yet. It will be necessary to do one, but not now. No.
Okay. Beautiful. Good to know. And did you say everything you needed to say to me? Any last words from my higher self, or anything you want to say before we go? Seems like a good place to stop, does it?
I do think it would be a good place to stop. I feel like you both need some rest. You may not feel it, but it kind of, we used your vessel to transmute a lot of energy. So you might be feeling it. You need some good sleep. You need to eat well, and you need to honor your body for the next couple days.
Okay.
You're not going to feel negatively, but you will feel different. And you will know why you feel different.
Yes. Do I need to go connect to a tree?
Definitely grounds. Definitely
To my
grounds.
third eye? Uh-huh.
Put your third eye. You can put your third eye up against your stair steps, girl.
Oh, really?
Yes, yes, just find wood. Find wood.
Oh, good to know. Okay.
Amber does it
Beautiful.
all the time. That's how
Really?
Amber grounds her third eye. She grounds it with trees and wood and yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's so good to know. I have tons of driftwood. Would any piece of that work as well?
Any of it will work. Your intuition is everything. Yes. Do you have
Good.
petrified wood by chance?
Um, I think I do. I have some, but it's like African wood.
It don't matter if it's petrified wood. Just keep it close. Just keep it close. Put it in your house, maybe if it's not in your house.
Okay.
Put it where you spend the majority of your time. That will kind of keep you grounded because you do have a big mission. You do transmute on behalf of a lot. You're aware of it that you are an empath. But it will also settle. It will also settle your little you down. Aliyah.
Aaliyah, oh, that one. My God. Help me with her, please. I tried, I'm really trying to be gentle with her, but she is just a little monster at times. And I just don't, I need some heavenly, divine parenting advice. What do you have for me? What do I do with this child? I
I
feel
don't know that I
terrible
can
sometimes.
answer
I'm
that.
so strict.
But strict is good. Strict is good because every soul needs to learn healthy boundaries, but they also need an outlet. She needs to be around other children on a regular basis. I don't know. I feel like you've been thinking of public school maybe, or
Uh,
sending her to some kind of an organization. Are you thinking of sending her to church or something?
I was thinking of putting her in public school next year, kindergarten.
That would not be a bad idea. However, you do not want to send her through the school system on a permanent basis. She might need to, she will let you know. But she does need the fellowship with other children. She is more of an adult than she is a child in a lot of ways, and trying to shove that big, huge personality in a little bitty body is very difficult for her. And she does need to be with other children and interact with them so she can learn more about being a child. You are very wonderful about letting her express herself, but there are more limits, and she still feels like she can run over you a little bit. Sometimes you and her dad are a little too gentle, and there's nothing wrong with that because everybody lives and learns. But yes,
Yeah.
she needs to learn that she is not always the boss and that she needs to learn to compromise. And you are doing a beautiful job with her. Don't ever doubt it.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. I was really starting to wonder about myself. I was like, this kid is really making me question everything. And my
No, she's
oldest daughter, who's 29, is looking at me like, what's wrong with you?
because you're raising them completely
Yes.
different, huh? Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe, maybe you need to integrate, maybe you need to invoke your I am presence that was the mother 20 years ago. A little bit, maybe. Maybe you just pushed some of those skills um, out the door in the name of love and light.
That's funny you say that because I feel like today I was really trying to tune into my old ways. I was trying to be real strict with her and it was breaking my little heart. Looking at her little face, my heart was breaking and I was just like, I have to do this.
And you absolutely do. You absolutely do. And she will understand. She may not understand now, and you might end up with tantrums and ugly faces and snotty tears, but it's okay because she will understand. She will understand, and both of you will be better for it.
Oh, good news. Thank goodness. Thank you.
You're
Thank you.
doing a great job. You're doing a great job.
Thank you. I'm really trying. I can't wait till I can finally have my own regression so I could tap in and see what's going on in my mind. But
There is so
I'm
much clarity to
really
be
trying.
gained. Sorry.
Yes. No, yes, absolutely. That's why I wanted Amber to do this, because I feel like she needed confirmation on a lot of things.
The poor girl. She was like, have you ever heard the term chicken with its head cut off?
Yes.
That's what she has been doing. She has been doing her very best. She has been giving it her all, but she was distracting herself with social media. She needs to be on social media, but she is, because people need to hear her story. People log on just to read about her, just to see what she has to say. She needs to become more disciplined with its use. She needs to become more intentional. And there does need to be a rule set on when, where, and how she can use it. She needs to, I think I said before, she needs to break out the whiteboard and start making a list of things she needs to do. She is going to have to change her focus. Her word this year was commitment, and she actually wanted it to be something like foundation or something like that. And I pushed her with commitment because Fred had showed her a lot of ways. He called her on making excuses and had shown her a lot of ways that she wasn't showing up for herself. And I showed her that, how could she expect to commit to anybody else, or anybody commit to her, if she does not commit to herself? And she was doing great. She was doing great until she had the surgery, and she's doing fine with one breast. She is really doing good, better than I thought.
Yeah.
She worried, or better than she thought, but she it was so new to her and so unexpected, and she lost complete faith in herself because she didn't see it coming. But this is exactly what she wanted. This is exactly what she wanted. It just doesn't look like it.
Right. Right. I think before the session, she mentioned that she felt like she manifested it. Like, I think she's coming to terms that she knows, like, she knew.
She's manifesting wholeness, and she had to see it from a different perspective, from one in which she hadn't considered. This is not a loss for her. She is going to grieve her breast, but she can have one back if she wants it. She will make the right decisions when they come about, but she is still manifesting wholeness, and she's going to get it. She is going to get it. Whether or not she chooses to go for the breast down the road, free will is a thing. I can only, she's on her way. I have ascended because of the work that she has done here now, and she has too. She thinks she has. She'll tell everybody she has. Part of her knows she has, but she really truly has. And things are going to be different. Things are going to be different in the next couple days. In the next couple of days, by the time Aries season gets here, there's going to be a significant change in both of you. You're going to feel it too. You're going to feel it too.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Yes, I am trying to prepare myself. I'm just trying to get the motivation now that am able to do the certifications in the school. I know Amber wants to learn, so I'm just trying to prepare myself for these beautiful students, my stars, I'm going to call them.
And you're on your way.
Yes.
You
And
are on your
Amber
way, yes.
is going to do this too as well, isn't she? Going to do
Yes,
these.
she is. That is where she is headed with this. That is the reason she took her Reiki 1, 2, and 3. That is a lot of the reason that she has worked on her channel with light language. She don't realize it, but she can channel activations for anything, whether it is removing money blockages, whether it's activating different chakras, whether it's activating and integrating different facets of soul retrieval, whatever. Amber is she don't realize what all she can do, but she does know that she is anointed in working with the darker energies. She does know that she is anointed and can travel to the underworld at will. She knows all of this. She just is trying to put it into she's trying to shove it in a container. She doesn't know what all she can do with it because she's not familiar with it. But she does know that the light language is going to assist her with the aura sessions and the BQH. This is where she's wanting to go with this. This is where she's headed.
Beautiful. Yes, well, the collective will be so lucky the day she starts doing her sessions, because I know she already has people that are listening to her, so I'm sure she'll have plenty of people lined up ready to receive healing from her, so if they haven't already.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people do, and a lot of people give her credits, and she only sees what the likes and the loves on social media tell her. She doesn't realize that most of her work is not even there's not even engagement happening. There are so many people that's viewing her and seeing her story, that's not engaging with her. So she's not aware of the work that she's doing. And she is being so obedient. She don't want to put all this negativity out into the world. And she always sets intention with the universe when she creates a post or she makes a video or she talks about the things. She always sets a clear intention that it is strictly for learning purposes, that it is strictly for the highest good, that there is not negative energy that anybody is going to be able to succumb to that comes from her. She tries to reel her energy in so that she don't leave negativity on anybody. So she's doing good, but she doesn't realize what she's doing. She has no idea of the work that she's already done, and sometimes, sometimes it don't matter who you hear it from until you see it yourself the way you want to see it or the way you expect to see it. Of course, she gets flabbergasted every day, but yeah, she's just so unaware of what she's already done.
Yes, I know. Well, I'm hoping that she listens to this right away so that she hears it and she gets reminded.
I'll remind her too.
Yes, please. Beautiful, beautiful. Lilith, did Lilith have any messages for her?
No, just that she hasn't went anywhere. and that she's actually mothering Amber, and Amber is aware of this. Amber has been trying to reparent herself, and when Lilith stepped in, she was a little scared, a little fearful. Um, she was so fascinated because of the session y'all had before when Lilith stepped in, and she was very aware that and very clear that it was Lilith, but
Uh-huh.
she was scared because she knew that she held a lot of darkness in her, and she has learned how to integrate the divine darkness. And she's tried really hard to break out of all her religious trauma and religious conditioning, and she's doing great. But she didn't realize that when she set intention and made the blood offering to Lilith before the night of the surgery, she invoked her I am presence that is Lilith, and she offered to heal Lilith as she went through the surgery, because she knew that the surgery was going to be big in her growth and in her healing. She knew that there was going to be parts of her that she could not heal without the surgery, and she offered to be a surrogate for Lilith to be healed too. And when she invoked her I am presence that is Lilith, she integrated Lilith, and she didn't realize it. And that might be some of the anxiety that she's been feeling, because Lilith has big energy, and
Uh-huh.
Amber has big energy, but I don't think she expected to feel it will become easier to her once she realizes that she has fully integrated Lilith. Um, it's going to probably bring her to her knees, that she, in humility, in being humble, that she has been loved and that she has been able to do such a big work because she loves Lilith. And Lilith is teaching her how to channel sexual energy into creative energy. And she's learning so much about healing the inner child through Lilith, and she loves her so much, and she needs to realize that she is Lilith, as are you. And oneness is a thing. We are all each other, and we're all that ever was, all that is, and all that ever will be. And Amber works with a lot of the deities, but none quite as closely has she ever trusted like she does Lilith. And it took a pure heart to get her there. As dark as it is, because she is of the darkness. But then so is Source. Source, the darkness is the absolute.
Yes. The organic darkness.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, I could talk to you all night probably, but I'm pretty sure um, there's plenty here for her to digest and to let it sink in.
Yeah.
I
she's
think everything was so beautiful.
yeah, she's probably going to be a little flabbergasted, a little dumbfounded. She might have a hard time believing it for a minute, because this was a huge work for her. This was huge. Um, this was huge. She knew it was going to be big, but I don't think she is going to. If it might take her a second to understand exactly what has happened. But there's not going to be any grief. She's not going to grieve this loss. She is going to understand that something has changed and something is missing, but it is not going to be like the grief associated with, say, her breast. It's not going to be anything like that. This is going to be an observe, not absorb, kind of a deal. She's going to be fine.
Beautiful. Awesome. Sounds good to me. Well, if it's okay with you, I think this sounds like a good place where we can peacefully come to an end. What do you think?
I think it's perfect. Y'all both need rest.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful. I thank you so much for everything that you have given us today. And I also thank all the archangels and the dragons who stepped forward and assisted with Amber's healing today. What a blessing, and what a beautiful transformation this is going to be for her when she wakes up and sees all the work that was done for her. And she was right on many counts. So I am just so glad that it was a success. So thank you.
Thank you.
Beautiful. So now at this time, I'm going to let you go ahead and go back to where you were, back to the peaceful place where you were